Welcome back, everybody. So, if you haven't noticed, a little bit ago I hit 10,000 subscribers, which is quite the milestone for any YouTube channel. And to celebrate, I have a few things planned in the future. I already did a live stream, and I want to have a tournament. I'm not sure how I'm going to figure that out, but I'm going to try some things. But I also want to have a Q&A. So if I ask everyone, ask me some questions, and here are some answers. Now, I do have an order and all this stuff, and you should see timestamps below to do that stuff. But first, I want to start with this one question by the character on my Discord, Cursed Rax. Will you sponsor Raid Shadow Legends? Now, before I answer that question, first I'd like to introduce today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. The most awesome free-to-play dark fantasy RPG that was on your phone can now be played on PC. Command hundreds of champions through an epic storyline. Conquer dangerous and dark dungeons full of terrifying monsters. Decimate other players' champions in the PvP arena. There's so much things to do in this game, and they keep on adding more. Recently, they added a battle pass system that allows you to get more stuff as you play, like upgraded artifact sets, energy refills, and legendary champions. Some of my favorite things to do in the game are to go over the portal over here and unlock new awesome champions. I'll go over to the tavern and celebrate my victories by increasing my champions' levels. You can even sacrifice the weak lesser champions you don't like this guy. He's a bully. I don't like bullies, so I'm gonna sacrifice him to make this guy even stronger. So if you want to join me in fighting dragons and other dark things in the world, or challenge my champions in the arena, be sure to click the special link in the description or in the pinned comment down below. And if you're a new player, you're gonna get 100,000 silver, 1 entry refill, 1 day XP boost, and a free awesome champion, Adjudicator. Look at this champion. Look at her. Can you believe they're giving her away for free for new players? You'll find your extra rewards in your inbox for the next 30 days only. So be sure to hit that link and sign up as fast as possible. So to answer Cursed Rax question, I think I might. But I want to start with my YouTube member questions. Then I'll go on to War Thunder questions, and then questions about me, and then questions about my Discord. So to start out, Mighty Peppers asks, do you ever see yourself getting to this point? And do you see yourself continuing to progress forward? Which actually was a question asked by many other people. He had now asked a similar thing, but also asked if I was going to do anything else on my channel besides War Thunder. And the Pie Lord asked the same question as well, but also wanted to know if I was going to make new series or other kind of videos. Wouldn't necessarily say that I saw myself getting here, but I hadn't anticipated reaching this milestone for quite some time. In fact, as I started to take YouTube more seriously than a side gig, I realized that I would eventually one day reach this point. As for other content on my channel, I don't really want to do a Let's Play series, but I do have other stuff intended. In fact, this year I do plan to release not War Thunder news, but just regular video game news. I think that would be a good branch to go out on, and I do have lots of interest in that subject, though it's not going to compromise my regular War Thunder weekly news. The main hiccup being there is I don't know where to get information about video game news so easily as I do know how to get for War Thunder. So that's something I'm working on, and I do plan to keep on making the War Thunder Mythbusters series and more tech tree videos. Waffly Joker 6 asks, what do you expect for April Fools this year? I actually have a whole video planned on this, but put it short, spider tanks. Grimace asks, well, he didn't actually ask, he offered, if you need any help with info on ships, I might be able to help. I might need some in the future, but thanks for the offer. I put no limit on the amount of questions that one could ask, which may have been a mistake, but PG capitalized on that opportunity to the maximum. First asking, are you willing to do a nude calendar part 2? Yes, at 100,000 subscribers, I will release a nude calendar. Can you bring back Cancer Chat for 10K? No. Can you buy me the premium Valtor? Also no. I like them thick. Asked, do you support looting of precious lollies? No, they need to be protected. I have CT Center's questions here for some reason. I think he might have been a member at the time that these questions were asked, but whatever, I'm gonna keep him here. I like him. Can I have 150 GE? Actually, my plan for the 4th prize of the 10,000 subscriber cup was going to be 150 GE for each player of each team. More details will be released on that later. CT then follows that up with, what made you think this would be good from last time? I never thought it was a good idea, and I'm regretting it entirely already. Yours TV asked, a year has passed, angry cry. My plan for the Japanese expansion tree part 2 was actually to make a Japanese heavy tank line suggestion, mainly for the memes, but that is planned to come out soon. And then he has a second question on when I'm going to make a unguided rocket custom battle. We already did that, because these questions are kind of old, and the patch came out, and I had to do all the patch things. PG made another question I'm not going to read, I'm just going to say no. And then a follow-up question, which I'm also going to say no to, without even reading. And then he says, you can cap my D point. I don't want to cap your D point. And then Cursed Rax responds with a D point decal. Great idea. That is a good idea. Although Gaijin still hasn't come back to me and when I will get a the decal. And then we finally get a serious question out of PG. Powerade Ramen win? No. Your opinion on the state of Air Sim? Air Sim seems very interesting, and I'm always wanting to do it, but I don't have like everything I want. I want to get a headset, a VR headset, so I can really get into the plane. But I don't play it enough to really make a statement. Daniel Gamer asked if I had any other activities I did before I got into doing YouTube. Yes, I very much was into longboarding. Tex then asked, are you sure you really want this channel? Referring to the QA channel. No, I don't want it, but it needed to be done. And that's it for member questions. Hopefully I didn't miss any. On to War Thunder questions. Marcus N asked, do you think lighter vehicles like Jeeps, Vietnam era gun trucks, Humvees, burn gun carriers, etc. have a place in game? I think they do. I think we could have a Humvee with a tow missile and other things like that. Ideally they'd go in the light tank line, but Gaijin would probably just make them event vehicles. Captain Swen asked, what is your favorite nation to play and what is more meme for you? I'd say my favorite nation to play, because I'm a filthy weeaboo, is Japan, and as a meme, honestly Sweden has a lot of meme potential in it. Toast asked, do you think infantry should be added? Like you could take out an APC with infantry and they can fight for you armored warfare style. While it would be very cool to take out a bunch of infantry when you're BMP, I wouldn't be too upset if the game never had it, or if they did have it. Very neutral on the subject if they are used as a thing. As like first person shooter type infantry, I don't think we need that. Wait for enlisted. Lordo Destruction Messery asked, do you think they will add V-Bomber? I would love to see the Vector. Honestly, I don't think we're going to see any top tier bombers for a while. Like, I mean, like supersonic jet bombers. I think they said something back a while ago that they weren't going to add those. So don't get your hopes up too much, but they would be nice to see. Dot or period asked, do you think as jets get more and more advanced that War Thunder will have trouble having key binding for all the new types of weapons? I think that is an issue on PS4 and they now have to do like combinations to get all the keybinds done, but I also think that's why they got the multifunction menu up. DD Blue 1K asked, do you think we will see the A10 in-game anytime soon? If we were to see the A10 in-game, I think they would add it around the Gamescom patch, whatever that one is. I think it's going to be 2.10 or 1.11 or whatever they call it. But typically those patches is when they add new functions, and the A10 has a lot of weaponry that we don't see currently on jets, like Hellfires for example. And then following that question, asked by M1A1 Abrams, the tank itself is asking the question, when the A10 comes, already certainly will be. I like his style. Do you think it will be too low BR where it is too OP, or do you think it will be too high BR where it faces jets? I think they'd put it in at 10.0 or so. Despite its low speeds, its armaments are quite effective, similar to those of helicopters that are also at 10.0. And everyone knows it's going to be used for tank busting, ground pounding, and the like. So you might be able to fly under the radar, literally, I guess. Bailey Donaldson Fit asks, which aircraft, tank, ship, and heli would you like to see in game? And also any new mechanics. I'd like to see blimps. I'm serious about that. They would be cool. Aircraft carriers, World War I tanks, and World War II helicopters. As for new mechanics, how about expand upon the artillery function? More interesting types, like maybe rockets. It doesn't have to be more deadly, just perhaps you could have lower caliber artillery that responds faster, or smoke artillery. Christoph Gal asks, is there a possibility to see a Hungarian research tree in game? I'd say there's a possibility, though you're gonna have to ask Gaijin, not me. Christian Phillip asked, would you like to see CVs in game? Well, I just said I would. And if so, would you like to see an RTS system kind of like the old World Warship system or something else? I actually have a whole video on how I'd like to see aircraft carriers put in the game. I should link it in the corner. Ernst Bush asks, would you like to see the T-72B3 in game? I guess sure. Kirk ITZ asks, do you think at this point it is finally for Gaijin to add Arakov, my beloved pancake plane? Yes, Gaijin, plox give. Roman Chalev asks, do you think they will ever add Japanese ground vehicles? I don't think so. Sincere Eastman asks, would you prefer the Type 96B as a premium tank for China or after the Type 96A? I'd prefer it after the Type 96A. I think there's some better, more prototype-y tanks that they could add as premiums. Adam Dowdy asked, would you ever want to add in better featured model and modeling features for Gaijin? Yes. He says so. Dodrin asks, what sort of new game mode would you like to see added in War Thunder? I'd really like to see a game mode, and I've expressed this in the past, that has boats, planes, and tanks all in the same match. Graham Mills asks, can we have ejection seats, submarines, bigger air mats for Mach 2 planes, AIM 7 for Phantoms? What about vehicles like Panhard VBL, or logistics vehicles, ammo carriers, and better repair time for friendlies? So many questions. I agree. Way5B asks, M1128 Striker would be nice to see in a spag line. Yes. Matt Beer asks, fix your matchmaking. If I play 6.7 and I don't need to be at 7.7, if I want to play 7.7, I would. Okay, I will get on fixing my matchmaker. Butt Crutch asks, do you think they'll shorten the grind to top tier with all the new stuff? Typically, once they add enough stuff, they do reduce the grind a bit, but I think we're a bit far away from that right now. Bugsy Easy Archimedes asked, do you think the IS-3 is too high of a battle rating? Maybe. I've never actually taken it out at its proper battle rating, so I can't say for sure, but I've heard plenty of complaints that it sucks. And the penetration is not great for 7.3. Matthew Mark asked a bunch of questions. As of now, in the current game, which nation do you feel should receive more attention from Gaijin? Japan, Italy, UK, and France. What do you think are some flaws, strengths Gaijin has as a game developer? A flaw is that they all speak Russian, and it's really hard for the English audience to communicate with them. A strength is that there's a quite small developer team, so it's actually kind of easy to talk to them, and they will take suggestions from the community. Thoughts on current direction of the game? I think it's going a little too fast into the future. I think we need to slow down and add more weird jets of those eras that we currently have, or tanks or boats or whatever. If Gaijin listened to, implemented one of your critiques in the game, what would you tell them? No more health bars for boats. Stephen Watts asked, in your opinion, what do you think is the best inclusion in the game and the worst? First one is easy. Helicopters. Totally destroyed top tier tanks. Maybe not entirely, but I don't like them. Best one, I want to say smoke. I really like smoke. It's actually completely changed gameplay since it's been added. Ahmed Rugo 20 Ahmed asked, do you think they will add the T90A in the next update? Maybe, I'm not sure. Hakuri asked, what far off War Thunder Pipe Dream features are you looking forward to the most? OI super heavy tank. Or maybe combined arms enduring confrontation. That would be cool. Solid 8 asked, if the Avon Saber came to War Thunder, do you think it would be the British tree or American? Realistically, it should go in the British tree, but why not a separate Australian tree? But actually, with the number of Australian players the game has, and the amount of Australian vehicles that you could add, it might actually be possible to build a tree for Australia. Toto987 asked, do you think Germans will have Leo 2A6 in War Thunder? Eventually we will. Killers OS 404 asked, what is your thoughts on an Arabic tech tree? I don't know a whole lot on Arabic military arms, so I can't really say if you could make a tech tree of a single nation, or if you were to group together a bunch of nations, would they politically align and also be able to build a tech tree that goes from World War II era vehicles all the way to Vietnam era vehicles? Generally, I'm not against the idea, but I would have to see a very convincing tree. Do you try Heli, EC, or Sim Battle soon? No. Comrade Anglo asked, what do you think of a Commonwealth tree? Personally, I really like the idea, although it seems Gaijin has decided to just shove them all into the British tree, which I guess is another option. Magyar asked, what do you think what new nations we will get in the next 3 years? I'm going to entertain your personal bias and say Hungary, but if they're going to add a new tech tree, one of those Eastern European countries would be an ideal candidate. And for your second question, no, I am not a boomer. I will not be removed. Alvaro16 asks, what 3 nations or combination of 2 do you think they are going to add after Sweden? Like Hungary with Romania or Spain with Argentina? And Spain with Argentina would be pretty cool actually, but I have really no idea what nations they're going to add. I really wasn't expecting them to add China, so who knows what they're going to pull out their hat next. Matteo Savini asked, what is the best tank ever and why is it the OI? Because 4 turrets is the exact amount you need. Then he asked, what is the best instrument ever and why is it the bass? Because I really like fish. And that question is followed by Kajoba asking, yeah, where is the OI? I don't know, Gaijin, where is it? Next questions are going to be about the channel, starting with another one from Lordo Destruction Mercery. When do you get your official Gate Gym partner discount and decal? Now this question was actually asked 2 more times by Patricia and Cursed Rax. Actually, a while ago I had sent them an email asking what exactly does one need to do to get one of these discounts and decals, and they told me that they would talk about it soon. I never got another email about it, so soon maybe, I don't know. Jim Back asked, I don't know if you have already answered this question, but do you have anything to do with Ruski 9000? Not to my knowledge. That guy asked, when do I get my free V-Bucks? Should be a link in the pinned comment to get 100,000 silver and a free epic champion, the Educator. Double Star Gaming says, love the content, maybe a crossover with Fly Daily anytime soon? Knowing that he has, what, 700,000 and I have 10? Maybe in the future. Apollo asked 2 questions. Can we get a Patreon? Yes, actually. I was planning on opening a Patreon because I had quite a few complaints about people not being able to sign up for the YouTube join membership thingy. So this will be an alternative to that. I won't be able to give you guys streams during emojis, but you could get a Discord role and I could upload videos to Patreon early. Other question being, are you going to stream Destiny 2? I wanted to stream Destiny 2. However, things keep on getting in the way and I have to keep on making YouTube videos. And I haven't unfortunately found time to stream or even play Destiny 2. Slanilia asked, when are you going to be giving reviews to tank planes or ships like Napalm Rat? I don't know if I'd be doing them as in depth as Napalm Rat is, but I did have some ideas for some quick premium vehicle reviews, as I have quite a few premiums and you might be wondering if you should get them or not. Templar Master asked, SRB streams when? I've decided that all SRB streams I'm going to do on Twitch. And then he asked, hey Yor, still owe me 1k GE that I won on that hide and seek game from 8k subs. You still can't give them to me because console is amazing. That's not a question, but I'll get it to you one way or another. Yours Dog 2.0 asks, question, what do you think about the current state of the channel and the server? And what, if you are, planning for the future of it? The channel, I have plans to expand what kind of content I make. For the Discord server, order. That's what I plan. Then another question from Templar Master, do you plan on making streams or vids with other YouTubers? Translation for your boomer brain, YouTubers also, do you consider yourself a boomer? I'm a bit of a solitary person, so collaborations and whatnot, while I do wish to do them, I'm always very hesitant to do so. And no, I am not a boomer. And then finally for this section, Burrito asks, how many advertising requests do you receive? A good amount, most of which I don't bother to take up as they are from sketchy companies, but you get a good one every now and then. Next few questions are about me. Started with Cupcake Jesus, not War Thunder related, but what are your passions, interests besides armored vehicles? Maybe guns, cars, woodworking perhaps? I used to be very much into beating up my friends, but that was quite some time ago. I'm a filthy weeaboo, but I also love RPGs, typically post-apocalyptic ones that are in the first or third person. Getchy999 asks, when will you realize that tanks are gay and the only thing worth playing are planes? When people stop space climbing or base hugging when they lose. Martin Baldauf asks, congrats on 10K. What's your profession? I think the proper term for a YouTuber is influencer. Vladimir asks, where are you from? I'm not so sure if I'm comfortable telling you where I'm from, Vladimir. I've heard some interesting stories about you, although I'd feel pretty honored to tell Douglas MacArthur where I'm from, which is the West Coast state of Oregon. Peanut229 asks for a sexy face reveal. I'm gonna have to deny you, the world isn't ready. Christopher Stinsley asks, where did you get the name 2 in 900 and what is your real name? In relation, Gelado a la Lumaca asks, why 2 in 900 and why your? And then Burrito also in relation asks, was your old name LOL 500,000? So 2 in 900 is a very bizarre story, but it basically boils down to, it was the username that I could remember. I don't know why I could remember it, but I just could. The name Your, I just kind of like, it sounds cool, but it's also from an old, I think 80s film that is quite silly. I haven't actually seen the film in its entirety, just some memes of it. My actual name is Bartholomew, and yes, my channel used to be LOL 500,000. I made it when I was like 14 or so. Mr. Vintage Cars asks, cereal first or milk first? I actually pour them both at the same time. Another question from Douglas MacArthur, which vehicle would you like to see in person? Maybe a B-29 or the AE-7V? Skeletalord, Zach SKV, and War Thunder the #1 noob all asked, how old am I? Although #1 noob won the note in every sense. I am 69 years old, although mentally I'm probably still 17. Thunderbor asked, when did your transformation into a lolly first begin? Or were you just born a lolly? This question makes me uncomfortable. Even Sportshine asks, how is you? I is good. Sammy Cat asks, can we play together one time? We did, and your squadron absolutely destroyed my squadron. But to anyone who wants to play a game with me, all you really gotta do is bug me when I'm not really doing anything else. I might say I'm watching YouTube videos, but that's typically a sign that you just need to bug me a bit more. Sal asks, when are you gonna give us feet pics? 1 million subscribers. Kawaii Rage asks, what is the meaning to life? Playing Raid Shadow Legends. Link in the description. North Atlantic Protectorate asks, do you own any guns? Yes, I own a CAR-15. It has 2 sights and is fully semi-automatic and dry food fed. Raphael asks, Olive Garden breadsticks or Red Lobster biscuits? I actually like the Red Lobster breadsticks and the Olive Garden biscuits. Apollo asks, what is your opinion on Taco Bell? Handle with care. Robert doesn't ask a question. He didn't even type anything. It's just blank. Boblin asks, inline or radial? I like radial engines. DK asked, what do you think about people thinking about what you're thinking? I'll have to think about that one. Ramad asked, have you watched Royal Space Force The Wings of Hanamis? I actually haven't been able to sit down and watch something for a while now. I've been very busy with War Thunder with the patches and all that stuff coming out. Sniper McKeedowski asked, most loved and hated tank for you? Favorite tank would be the Type 61. It's a very cool vehicle. Most hated tank would be the RU-251. Cursed Rax asks, thoughts on FS 2020? It looks amazing. It's a simulator though, so I'm not sure if I'll play it. Burrito asks, can we see your potato PC? Yes. The Car Dominique asks, what is your favorite vehicle you've seen in real life? The DC-3. Templar Master asks, are you a good Christian or a furry? I ain't a furry. Then another question from Burrito asking, is Dita still fat? I like to assume that Dita is the anime waifu he puts on his thumbnails and not the large Eastern European man, but yes. Nico last Wednesday asked, top 3 favorite Italian ground vehicles, top 3 favorite Italian helicopters, top 3 favorite Italian planes jets. They don't have to be in War Thunder. I'm starting to see a pattern here, but it makes me feel like there's some sort of agenda being pushed off with this question. But at the same time, I think I'll just do one of each. L3, Mangusta, and that early cigar looking jet thingy. Baba Burr asks, is human a fractal? Yes. Need Scones and Tea asks, your favorite vehicle in War Thunder? You know, might start being the USH 405. In your opinion, what is the best patch in War Thunder? The one that added Japanese tanks, because I'm a filthy weeb. Favorite game that isn't War Thunder? Because War Thunder is definitely my favorite game. I'll give you 3. Link to the Past, Fallout 3, and StarCraft. And yes, I know those are all boomer games. Burrito asked, are all Canadians weirdos? Yes. Gelato a la Lucia asks, what's better, weebs or furries? Weebs, but they're both awful. Cursed Rest asked another question. I swear, he's been asking at least half of these questions, just with alternative accounts. What's better, ramen and Pepsi or Mountain Dew and cereal? I don't think there's anything on this planet that is worse than boiled Pepsi. Glower asked, how big is your beard and feet pics? My beard's like, I think 4 inches long now. It's more been bushing up than growing out. And no pictures of my feet exist. Matthew Forst asked, what is your favorite airplane in general? The C-47 Skytrain. And are you a 2x2 gang or 1x3 gang for water placement in Minecraft? 1x3, 2x2 takes up too much space. Matteo Savini asked me for some fish. I don't have any. I live on land. Jackie Pizza Chan asked, how much does your beard weigh? Yes. Then Matthew Force asked another question. What is your favorite color? Not teal. I hate teal. I think green or blue. And then Gelato a la Lukima, what got you into War Thunder? On some forums I was on a while ago, someone had a GIF from one of the trailers of a plane shooting bullets as their signature, and every time I saw it, I was like, man, that game looks cool. Last few questions are about my Discord channel. Wonky asked, can I get a depression channel? Yes, it's called War Thunder. DK asked, can I get a promotion? And Jackie Pizza Chan asked, can I have 3 new roles? That's all the questions I got for you this time around. I was hoping to be a bit shorter, but that's how it turned out. But thank you all for getting me the 10,000 subscribers. It's quite the milestone. The next step is to be looking at how to do the tournament, which, by the way, the sponsorship of this video, Raid Shadow Legends, should be paying for the prizes. So it'd be really good if you did go and click that link. But I'd like to give a big thank you to my YouTube members and soon my Patreons. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, you can hit me up down below or on my Discord. If you've enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button. If you didn't like the video, don't hit the like button. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. I make 1-3 news videos every Sunday. I make random videos throughout the week. This is one of them. And I like to stream on Saturdays. So hit the bell icon to be notified anytime I upload anything. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great day. As a bonus question, because Frank Bradley asked this question after I had closed the poll, he asked a few of them. Will you ever buy the GE Premium Russian vessel boat from rank 1 to 2? Probably not. Will you please incorporate more helicopter into your high rank tank RB lineups? The only helicopters I have are Russian ones, and I don't have high enough Russian tanks to even use those. And then will you please at the very least buy the Type 4 Model 4 Japanese boat? Thanks.